There is this French expression, lieu de mémoire, places of memory. And indeed, the places, the location, when we speak about them, what we actually do is to speak about how to anchor memory in the place where it happened, so that you have a number of layers. It's the history and its memory. And when one revisits the place, one relates both to the memory that he would later carry on and to the place. And let us elaborate on that. There are countries today in which 60, almost 70 years after World War II, the memory of World War II and of the Holocaust is so vivid that it is part of everyday life. You cannot walk along streets in Poland, in Warsaw, without noticing the many wreaths of flowers, the crosses, the little plaques. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. In Russia, people go to work, go in their everyday life with the medals that they got, not only on ceremonial days, with the medals they got during battles. It is part of everyday life. You walk along the Seine, and there is an abundance of plaques saying on August 44, this is where the last battles took place, this and that person, etc., etc. So we are speaking about a memory that is vivid, that is there, that is connected to places, and that every individual can relate to. Let me end this individual element, or the element of the individual in the memory, by relating to an enterprise that is being carried out in Berlin. And this is to put on the pavement little plaques that mention a person and his details who lived on that street. But what the ITF is mainly about, or mainly tries to do, is to map all over Europe, if possible, it's a huge enterprise, to map all places where events relating to World War and to the Holocaust especially took place. And this is not only about individuals. This is about connecting memory to place and about carrying a memory from the place on for further years of groups. Groups coming, groups studying, groups taking a look at the place, understanding what happened there, and then from there carrying the memory onto their lives and trying to find the lessons. In that respect, I would say, or one may say, that not only the mapping of the places, but also the way they are commemorated, or the events that took place are commemorated. What is written on the plaques, what kind of a museum it is, what kind of groups come there, is another way of writing history, and another way of reflecting the historical and national debate. For instance, all over the Soviet Union, plaques that were found when these places were opened for visits at the end of the 1980s, they said here Soviet citizens were murdered by the Hitlerist fascists. Didn't say Jews, the citizens, did not say who collaborated with. In Israel, you have Yad Vashem, which is a national government enterprise, but you also have 3 museums that belong each to another youth movement and tell their stories. So in other words, the places reflect a debate and reflect to what an extent and in what way the events are commemorated in a certain place, and how the memory springs out from this certain place and is taken on for further years to be studied, carried, elaborated, passed on to next generations, due credit to the events, etc.